Today on Rocky Mountain Rangers, reverse of fortune. The Colorado Rockies are playing their best brand of baseball while the Texas Rangers are playing their worst brand of baseball. One team is streaking while the other is stagnant on offense. We got a lot to talk about on today's episode. Baseball is America's pastime, but in Denver, Colorado, and Arlington, Texas, it means that much more. This is the post-game reaction podcast to the Colorado Rockies and the Texas Rangers. This is Rocky Mountain Rangers. Hello, Rockies and Rangers fans everywhere, and welcome to another edition of Rocky Mountain Rangers. This is your podcast covering the Colorado Rockies and the defending World Series champion Texas Rangers. I am your host, Scarlett Weisberg. Thank you so much for tuning in to today's show. I am a fellow Colorado Rockies and Texas Rangers baseball fan, and as a reminder, you can find this show, which is absolutely free and available, on Amazon Music, iHeartRadio, Spotify, Pandora, CastBox, and all that good stuff. You can also find Rocky Mountain Rangers on my YouTube channel, NJHawk40. If you are watching this show on YouTube, please do me a favor, hit the like button on the video. If you enjoy it, hit subscribe to the YouTube channel, hit that notification bell so you know when the next time Rocky Mountain Rangers goes live on YouTube, and please leave a positive and nice comment down below, especially if you are a Texas Rangers fan, because the Rangers, their vibes are pretty negative right now, and I'm going to dive into that in just a second. Give the show a follow on those platforms, turn on the notifications, give Rocky Mountain Rangers a 5-star review on whatever podcast platform you're listening to this show on, and please spread the word out there to any Colorado Rockies and or Texas Rangers fans that are listening to this show right now. It is an amazing way to support the podcast, and I believe it is also a great way to create a little bit of a community here on Rocky Mountain Rangers. But again, I appreciate each and every one of you for tuning in to today's program. You talk about a reverse excuse me. You talk about a reverse of fortune. That is exactly what is happening with Colorado and Texas right now. While one team is playing their best brand of baseball all year and riding a winning streak that I didn't even predict, considering the fact that the Rockies had one of the most terrible starts in franchise history, in my view, while the other team, who are the defending world champions and have become so stagnant on the offensive end, it is just unreal. It is shocking, and I never expected this. I mean, quite frankly, considering how good, considering how loaded, considering how deep this Texas Rangers team is, injuries aside, I did not expect the Texas Rangers to fall this flat. I know it's early in the year. It's still the month of May. The Rangers will have time to turn this around. I strongly believe that. But you become really stagnant offensively these last few games. I mean, think about it. You got embarrassingly swept by the Colorado Rockies. Then you lose 2 out of 3 to a Cleveland team that I gotta give the Guardians credit. I mean, the way they started this season, I don't know what Steve Vogt, longtime Major League Baseball player for the Oakland Athletics, I don't know what he did to change the culture in Cleveland, but guess what? Whatever Steve Vogt's preaching, the Cleveland Guardians are buying in, because the Guardians are a team that I think is going to be one of the most improved teams come the end of the year. It's going to be really interesting to see if the Guardians remain this consistent and then head into the playoffs. But as of right now, I think the Cleveland Guardians are one of the most improved teams in all of baseball. I think Steve Vogt has done an amazing job. With the Guardians in changing the culture, getting the team to buy in, and they're getting guys like Jose Ramirez, Josh Naylor, James Naylor. The Naylor brothers are starting to connect. I mean, you get those three guys along with the pitching of the Guardians that have done a masterful job in 2 of the 3 games in this series. If it wasn't for John Gray and how stellar he performed in Game 3, we would be looking at a 500 record for the World Series champions. Now, the Rangers got swept in back-to-back series and got to 500. I would say that this team are pretenders. I'm not going to go that far because I still believe it's early. But the Texas Rangers need to wake the hell up. I mean, this is embarrassing for them. This is embarrassing. You've lost 5 games in a row, and then you had to get John Gray, who is the ace of this staff, by the way, considering how many injuries the Rangers have, most specifically the pitching. I mean, it is absolutely ridiculous. I don't know what the Rangers did in the offseason to train and get healthy, but I think the Texas Rangers were busy partying in the offseason instead of mentally preparing. I think the Rangers were unprepared for this Guardian series. They were certainly not prepared against Colorado, and they nearly escaped the trap series against Oakland a couple of series before. But I didn't expect this Rangers team to be this stagnant on the offensive end. I mean, let's look at this Guardian series game by game. First of all, in Game 1, where the Guardians beat the Texas Rangers by a touchdown, 7-0, a 4-hit shutout for the Cleveland Guardians. And the pitching for the Guardians did a masterful job in Game 1. Most of the damage came in the 8th inning with a 4-run 8th inning led by Jose Ramirez with a single to center field. And then Ramirez struck again in the top of the 9th with a single. Jose Ramirez had a 3-hit game and had a 4 RBI night. That was the difference in this game for me. The Texas Rangers didn't know how to pitch around Jose Ramirez, and he is one of, if not the most talented player in Major League Baseball right now. He is probably one of the best players in the Cleveland Guardians franchise. The way that he attacked the Rangers pitching that has become so stagnant, by the way, and you know what? It is absolutely pathetic. I mean, Michael Lorenzen, I can't really blame him. He did his damnedest to keep the Rangers in the game. He went 7 innings. He gave up 2 hits, 4 walks, 4 Ks. He did a really nice job. He kept the Rangers in the game. But unfortunately, this Rangers bullpen that has been an absolute weak spot since the World Series championship win last year, they have become weak again. I really do not understand. I don't understand. The Rangers starters are doing their job. They have a combined 1.97 ERA. The Rangers starters are doing their job. I don't know if they're going to keep it up, but they're doing their job right now. The bullpen for Texas, it's embarrassing, bro. It's embarrassing. It's been their weak spot. The Rangers are weak. They're weak. Not offensively. They've been weak offensively lately, but for the most part, the Rangers offense is doing fine. The pitching for Texas, more specifically the bullpen, that is their biggest weakness right now. And unless the Rangers get their crap together, I don't know if they're going to repeat. I really do not know. Guardians did a masterful job in Game 1, beating the Rangers by a touchdown 7-0. In Game 2, El Bombe, the great Bombino, finally woke the offense up. But the Guardians still won the game by a final score of 7-4. And the biggest difference was the Naylor brothers. Josh Naylor had a 1-for-3 game. He had a 3-run home run in this game with 3 RBIs. And then Bo Naylor, 1-for-4 with 2 RBIs. He had Josh Naylor had a 3-run homer, and Bo Naylor scored on a 2-run double, and that gave the Rangers at the time a 5-game losing streak. And Jack Leiter, I don't know why, but he doesn't deserve to be in the major leagues right now. I don't know what all the hype is considering Jack Leiter, but he is not a major league pitcher. He's not. He is a guy that belongs in the minors. Forget AAA. He needs to go back to AA and get his mechanics back in order. Because what I'm seeing out of him is just absolutely putrid. It is disgusting and it is unimaginable. A 16 ERA. Think about this. You are a high draft pick. A high draft pick player in Jack Leiter does not deserve to have a 16 ERA. Oh wait, maybe he does because he doesn't know how to pitch around hitters. He doesn't know how to command pitches. He doesn't know how to control the plate. He doesn't know how to strike everybody out, and every single opponent that he faced, Detroit and now Cleveland, are just hitting meatballs all over Jack Leiter because he doesn't know how to pitch. I mean, that's what I'm seeing right now. I'm seeing a guy in Jack Leiter that is not ready for the major leagues. Lively for Cleveland did really good. 5 innings, 5 hits, 5 Ks, 3 earned runs. He did give up 3 walks, but that is another story for another time. As far as the Rangers, El Bombe was the only guy that showed up for Texas. 2-for-4. He had a home run. He scored 2 runs in the game. He was the only Ranger that I thought was really productive in Game 2. And then as far as the pitching, Rodriguez, he was the only pitcher that did really good. 4 solid innings, no hits, no runs, no strikeouts and all that. He did what he was supposed to do. It was just bad. Now, the Rangers, thankfully, didn't get swept in Game 2. In Game 3, I should say. They finally beat the Guardians thanks to Marcus Semien with a home run, El Bombe with a home run, and Big Bad John Gray. Big Bad John Gray is pitching like a damn ace. He's not an ace player per se. He's not like a Nathan Eovaldi. He's not like a Jacob deGrom when he's healthy. But John Gray was tasked to give the Rangers some length, to give the Rangers a good start and a chance to win this game. Thankfully, Big Bad John Gray delivered. 6 1/3, 4 hits, 3 Ks, 2 walks. He was masterful. His ERA, by the way, 2.08. If it wasn't for John Gray, Marcus Semien, and El Bombe, the Rangers would get swept in back-to-back series. Now, you have an Angels team that doesn't have Mike Trout, that doesn't have Shohei Ohtani anymore, and they are managed by former longtime Texas Ranger manager Ron Washington. If the Rangers do not win this series and get back on track, I would say the Rangers will not repeat as World Series champions. If you ask me who are the true contenders to become World Series champions right now, I would say the Philadelphia Phillies. By a long shot, the Philadelphia Phillies are contenders to win the World Series this year. Of course, you got to put the LA Dodgers up there. As far as the American League, I'm going to say the New York Yankees are definitely up there, but I will say that the Philadelphia Phillies right now are the odds-on favorite to win the World Series this year because this Rangers team, unless they get healthy, they're not going to repeat. They should have re-signed Austin Hedges. They should have re-signed the glue guy. They should have re-signed Jordan Montgomery. But his dumbass owner, or dumbass agent, I should say, didn't want him to go to Texas. He wanted to wait and go to Arizona. Now look at the Diamondbacks, struggling. And by the way, speaking of pitching, there's no timetable now for Max Scherzer to come back. I mean, when is this going to freaking stop? When are the injuries going to stop? And when are the Texas Rangers going to be back healthy? And when are the Rangers going to go back to the vintage Texas Ranger offense that we know and love? Because this series against Cleveland was an absolute stagnant for the Rangers offensively. I did not expect the Rangers to lose five in a row, but they did. I did not expect the Texas Rangers to be at 500. They almost did, but thank God for Marcus Semien. Thank God for El Bombay, and thank God for Big Bad John Gray avoiding the dreaded 500 record for the Texas Rangers. But I think the Rangers have a must-win series against LA. We need to get back on track, and I believe the Angels are a good team to do it against. Or the Texas Rangers can learn from the Colorado Rockies, who are the hottest team in Major League Baseball right now and are playing the best brand of baseball all year. I have a lot of positive energy to give to the Rockies, and I'm going to give them just that when we come back on Rocky Mountain Rangers. We're back on Rocky Mountain Rangers, your podcast covering the World Series champion Texas Rangers and the hottest team in all of baseball. Let me repeat that just in case you guys didn't hear me. The hottest team in all of baseball right now belongs to the Colorado Rockies, I should say. The hottest team in all of baseball resides in Denver, Colorado, but the hottest team in baseball is the Colorado Rockies, and I'm not going to lie to you. I did not expect the Colorado Rockies to be streaking at this point of the season. I mean, if you would have told me that the Rockies would have an 8-game winning streak, or 7-game winning streak, I should say. They're going for 8 tonight against San Francisco. But if you would have told me that the Colorado Rockies would have a 7-game winning streak after one of the most horrible and wretched starts to a season, I would have said you lost your damn mind. I would have called you the craziest person on the face of this earth, because the Rockies, they're not that really good, man. They're not that really good. I mean, at times they were undisciplined. At times they were not prepared. At times they didn't know the scouting report. They don't know how to read pitches. They don't know how to make comfortable at bats all the time. But you look at this Rockies team now, and it's like they're winning. They're actually winning games. Now, first of all, I love the fact that the Colorado Rockies seem to be more confident at the plate. Everybody in the Rockies dugout is up. They got a little bit of mojo going. They got a little confidence going. You absolutely love to see that. The main problem that I have with the Rockies sweeping the series against the San Diego Padres, which they haven't done in quite some time. So big ups to the Colorado Rockies for that. The only negative issue that I saw of the Colorado Rockies was in Game 1 of the series when they issued 11 walks in one game. Now, luckily, you found a way to win. If you walk 11 Padre batters and still found a way to win, I mean, hey, a W is a W. It's a negative W, but a W nonetheless. But if you look at the Rockies a month ago compared to the Rockies right now, If they walked 11 people, that would have been an automatic loss last month. The Rockies are finding way to win ball games, and they are really aggressive. They're really aggressive at the plate. I thought the pitchers, for the most part, the starting pitching for Colorado has been drastically improved so far. It's not, like, good, but you know what? It's good enough. That's why they're winning 7 games in a row. And I just think the Rockies are a more confident baseball team at the plate. I love the fact that everybody's contributing. The pitching, the starting pitching has been really good. I thought Ezekiel Tovar was amazing this series. He was amazing in Game 1. He finished 2 for 4 with an RBI. Montero had a 3 RBI game in Game 1. He finished 2 for 4. Dakota Hudson, he got his first win as a Colorado Rocky, pitching 5 2/3 innings, 3 hits, 3 earned, 3 Ks with 3 walks. And I just thought that we simply kicked the San Diego Padres right in the butt. That is exactly what we did. The San Diego Padres were not prepared for the Colorado Rockies. They were not prepared. And this is a team in San Diego, mind you, that have a lot of heavy hitters on their squad. Fernando Tatis Jr., Manny Machado, just to name 2 of them. Xander Bogaerts, just to name another. And the Rockies came to San Diego and simply took care of business. They are playing their best brand of baseball that I've seen all year. And you talk about a statement. You talk about a tone-setting start for the Rockies, especially in this 9-game West Coast road trip, or California road trip, I should say, that they are currently on right now. You talk about a better way to start off the road trip by getting a series win against a San Diego team that down the line, I could see them in a playoff chase. But that's talking about down the road. You win back-to-back series against the World Series champion Texas Rangers, and now you set the tone by dominating the Colorado Rockies the way that you did. I also thought in Game 1, I love the fact that Ryan McMahon went 1 for 4. Montero was really huge. Jake Cave was huge, especially defensively. I thought Justin Lawrence had a good bounce back outing. Yes, he walked 3 people, but he had a big K in 2 innings. Hell of a job for him. But my only issue is we got to close out games. I know Jordan Beeks was the closer, but he issued 3 walks in the 9th. That's not going to happen. That's not going to fly. And by the way, we almost had a heart attack when Jackson Merrill hit a home run in the bottom of the 7th. Fortunately, the Rockies were able to hold on, but we got to close out games better. But you know what? A W is a W, and the Rockies got the W 5-4 in Game 1. In Game 2, the Colorado Rockies took Game 2 by the Padres by a final score of 6-3 as Ezekiel Tovar finished 2 for 5 with a home run and an RBI. Montero, he was one of the hottest Rockies into this series against San Diego. I think Montero is my MVP of the series for me. Jordan Beck finished 1 for 4 with an RBI. He absolutely went off in Game 3 of the series, which I'm going to talk about in just a second. Can we put some respect on the name of Colin Quantrill? Another quality start for this guy who is slowly, in my view, becoming the ace of the Rockies pitching staff. 6 innings, 6 hits, 3 walks, 5 Ks. His ERA is 3.66. Another solid start for him. The Rockies had a 4-run 6 inning and 10 hits in this game. And Montero reached on an infield single, but the biggest shots were Ezekiel Tovar with a home run And Ryan McMahon, he finished 2 for 3. He had a 2-hit game, and one of those games came off a home run. So Ryan McMahon and Ezekiel Tovar were clicking in this series. And the pitching, again, Colin Quantrill, absolutely masterful. Kinley, absolutely masterful. Oh, he came in for an inning. Vonnick came in and did his job backing up Colin Quantrill. Just an outstanding game for Colorado as they took Game 2 by a final score of 6-3. Now in Game 3, I think this was one of the most complete performances for all 9 innings that I've seen from Colorado all year. An 8-0 shutout against the San Diego Padres as Austin Gomber, he was outstanding. He was absolutely outstanding in this game. 6 innings, 2 hits, 5 Ks. He only got 2 walks. But here is the biggest thing that I was absolutely impressed with for the Colorado Rockies. They only held the San Diego Padres to 4 hits. 4 hits. This is a San Diego team that is loaded with stars, loaded with talent over there. If you could hold a team like San Diego to only 4 hits, you are going to win games 9 times out of 10. The Rockies had 12 hits in this game. I thought offensively, we put the hammer all over the San Diego Padres. And Jordan Beck, take a bow, sir. I tip my cap to you. 3 for 4. He hit his first career home run and a 5 RBI game. What a game for this young kid. He's starting to figure it out. He's starting to click in the big leagues. Brendan Doyle, I can't forget about him. 2 for 4. He had an RBI. He had a home run. He should have had 2 home runs, but but somebody made a really good diving catch. Jacob Stallings, he's doing really good. 2 for 4 with 2 RBIs. Ezekiel Tovar, 1 for 4. He's doing his thing. Chuck Nasty doing his thing. McMahon went 1 for 5, but he did the dang thing. Jake Cave went 2 for 4, and he scored 2 runs. This was one of the most complete offensive performances that I've seen from Colorado all year. And you know what? This was a great road trip. A great start to the road trip, I should say, against a really good San Diego team. And that's a divisional opponent. That's a divisional opponent that you just swept. Coming off a sweep against the World Series champs, the Rockies are just clicking right now. They are rolling. And if you want to join the Colorado bandwagon, you might as well get on it now when you can. You might as well get on while you can, because the Rockies are one of the hottest teams in all of Major League Baseball. Going into San Francisco, where the Rockies tend to struggle a lot at San Francisco, I see that as a little bit of a revenge series for Colorado, considering how the Giants recently took the series against Colorado at Coors Field. You take the series at AT&T Park against San Francisco, we might be talking about how the Rockies could be one of the most improved teams in baseball. They are drastically improved this month compared to last month. Is it pretty a lot? No, it's not that pretty for a long stretch. But you know what? I'll take this winning ride any way that we can get it. Just enjoy the ride if you are a Rockies fan, because the Rockies are clicking right now. That's going to do it for today's edition of Rocky Mountain Rangers. You can find this show on your favorite podcast app like Amazon Music, Spotify, Pandora, CastBox, all that good stuff, as well as YouTube. Like this video if you are watching on YouTube. Hit the like button on the video. Hit subscribe to the YouTube channel, hit that notification bell, and give Rocky Mountain Rangers a 5-star review. Until next time, I'm your host, Skylar Weisberg, saying so long from the Rocky Mountain Rangers podcast.